How's it going, guys? Ground here with another YouTube video. I know it has been a while, right? But this game, Reaper Story, I said I was gonna make a new video for. That was 3 months ago. I am back with that and the functionality of such, explaining everything from people who asked me on their comments, which I had 11 of, about how everything works. From does making the element makes that damage stronger, and to how pairing works, and how to get the golden cards to add into the Wheel of Fate. There's a lot of things that I need to, potentially clarify. So, to do such, I have decided to redo my entire run setup. Probably not the thing I've done, I'll be honest. And due to such, now all of this is kind of weird. Because it's been so long since I played this. Oh right, forgot you could just jump on them, but not doing that. So they said it's inverse. Well, it's not for me. But part of that's probably because I am not. I probably still have my old controls somewhat set up on it. So that's nice. That's nice. But yeah. Actually, speaking of which, I needed to actually change these controls because these controls are horrible. Configuration. Submit time. Definitely going to be on a 0.5. Wait. Advanced controls? Okay. High resolution, of course, because, y'all need to see that. And, cool. Ooh, the frames has gone to the hell. I probably should turn off the advance, don't I? Oh boy. I would think this phone would handle it, but it doesn't look like the frames are doing quite well due to it. So I shall turn this off for now. But yeah, in this video, I'm going to try as much as I can to show as much as I can. And the first item I'm going to get that I believe is free will definitely be the parry mechanic, purely because, firstly, it's invaluable, and it's something that I wish the game had taught you early on. That is an item that you can get in this, but also because, well, it's a good item. Simply put, it's a very good item. Like, dramatically. Right, isn't these all supposed to kill you? Yeah, thought so. Of course, I'm pretty sure normal people who haven't played this yet would have already died to these things only because lasers are annoying. Lasers are bad. Ooh. And all the enemies are destroyed. Nice. I don't have any tips and tricks about this game yet, mostly because it's been that long since I played it, but I'm sure my past self would have definitely had a lot to explain about this game. But I just don't, unfortunately. and it's definitely shown here. Um, since unfortunately these headphones that I'm using has no ability for me to hear music being played, I'm going to do something more specific. Or specific. I am also not showing the tutorial setups that they tell you how everything works. Well, besides that, that tells you automatically. Um, but yeah, let's go with the draw and see what they give us as our first item. A charge shield. Shield, when charging, expand. Move when moving the area, it will be replenished. Nice. And then you could use this. And wait. Yeah, I don't really use that anyway. There used to be a way to select a card you want. I don't remember if it's something you can do anymore, but I know that was a thing. Definitely do remember it when it was used to be a thing, because I remember I selected a card at one point. It might still be a thing, I just don't know how to use it, possibly. But before, I definitely want the parry mechanic, as using that would be obviously the best way to do so. And then there's the heart amplifier, or the life amplifier, which is always good to upgrade at any chance you can. And then there's the different sides, which more are still being in development. Storybook. So yeah. Now it's time to select my destiny and start playing the game as it is. But before I do that, I need to turn on my fan. It is hot. Well, I am back, and let's see. Let's go to the Fool. I should have definitely went to HQ, but you know, it's best to probably figure out what everything does yet again. So let's go to the Fool and see what it does, which I believe it just gives us random stuff. So just gotta kill these enemies and do whatever. I hope the music, well, both the music and the actual game volume isn't dramatically loud to the point where it even like outshines my voice. Because if it does, then it'll be very unfortunate. But I doubt it does, and I say doubt in a hopeful manner, of course. Because if it does, then that's a damned thing. The store or the shop? I think there's a shop that gives you energy, that's why it's an EN. It also adds more enemies. While this has enemy rejection, aka the Hierophant, which also gives you the shop and random shop, which I believe the random shop just gives you whatever? Question mark. And as my staple thing, I always have Celeste music in the background because I love listening to Celeste for, whatever reason. It just happens to be my habit that I just love listening to Celeste as I play any game, even in action-packed games. And another staple, unfortunately, is me having fucking mucus in my throat. I can't tell if it's mucus or if it's just a daily syndrome of just having bad things in your throat when you're trying to do a video. I wonder if that's what more like advanced video peeps do, having issues like that. I don't know. Possibly. So low arrow critical is peculiar. Let me check right quick. Low arrow critical. I can't see what it does fully. Blimey. I will not go to any. One thing I do remember I've learned is I do remember that I had learned as time went on, is I won't go to the energy store unless I truly need it. If I go below what I believe was 30, I go to the energy store just in case I do somehow run out of energy. Because when you run out of energy, you cannot go, you can't go any further, and you're forced to, I believe you're forced to end the run afterwards. So unless I go below 30 here, which I don't believe will be the case, we'll need the energy shop. Yeah, this is not below 30 yet. Though it is close to 30, but you still get more energy when you obviously face and defeat enemies, so it doesn't seem to be that big of an issue. One thing I do also realize is that you don't get any like bonus things if you try to make sure to not pick up any items from other elements, so I just make a priority to just pick up all elements, as it doesn't seem like a massive negative to not do so. What else can I mention? So another thing I do want to mention is that while I was playing this, I guess back in those past months, is with the way that damage works. Damage seems to work based off of the well, not this or that or this, but based on, I believe, raw upgrades that you get from the elemental pickouts, which I believe if I pay for this, I can probably show, or not. I'll show it whenever I do get it. But usually, whatever raw upgrades you get, I have to fight a boss actually. I have to fight the first stage boss. I'm surprised I'm even able to get to this without any difficulty. I would think I would get a bit. I think I would have more of a challenge at first, but I forgot that actually this first area is pretty easy. Do I remember his pattern? I kinda do, yeah. I have a feeling that one thing that I'm probably gonna get asked at some point is there any point to use your charge? Which it's a very, I would have a feeling it would be a very, very specific scenario when you do. God damn, I didn't perfect the boss. Oh no, that's only his first stage anyway. Shit. I don't have damage anyway to scale with him yet, so I can't do anything retarded yet. I used to be able to do really ridiculous things with my builds back when I first played this. As of recently with everything, I kind of erased my old data. If anyone who was watching the video, any of my other videos that isn't reverse story particularly, or that one reverse story video, they would know that I actually don't have my old data, so that includes for this game too. But it allows for things like this to occur. Alright, so what I meant by damage increase, I was specifically talking about random dies from, I don't really care about that. Trying to find it, but I don't think I can. But I would say these items specifically, these items right here, these kind of items I believe do upgrade your damage. Now I don't know how much, but I would believe so. Not just that, but also one other. And also I am choosing the devil. High priestess is a safe route, but I'm going with devil because I believe that I can do it. That, and I might actually get a chance to do something with it. Or I can die in his room. That could also be an option. Please. Did everything die? No, there's still an enemy left. Thought so. Okay, so what? I'll put it in B for that. I might actually have to do a bit of testing. I don't normally do testing in games. The only time I've ever done testing in any game would be specifically would be specifically either any of the KJ games, aka Run Done Heroes, or my brain's processing, it's been a while, or Sacrificial Path, and Soul Knight. Actually, I've done a bit of testing there with some things on Soul Knight. I wanted to do a series actually on Soul Knight originally. Okay, this is a theory so far. This is a little theory. So the base item would have a low stack of power, but the amount of times you stack that item, it scales off of the amount of stacks that you have. I don't think the amount of energy that you have given to, or not energy, but precedence that you give to the item matters, but the amount of stacks that you give to the item does. Meaning that that particular element has more power. That's why I'm pretty sure the most powerful thing is actually going a neutral route. Now that I'm thinking about it, going a neutral route with everything being somewhat balanced and taking all items. Now, is there probably a card somewhere that exists that allows you to take only one specific element? That would be nice, actually, because having a specific element that will allow you to really ball out of control, which I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they don't have you be able to do such, and a multi-element item is ridiculous anyway. It's probably the reason why they don't allow you to do. There's a reason why they probably reduce the damage on the multi-element card, because the scaling is probably based off of stacks, and stacking infinitely will forever increase your damage, as shown obviously when you stack more items. And there's levels to some of them, but also the others have percentages, and like levels for these obviously, and then percentages for others. Now, I can't show the other elements' effects in their powers. I don't even think I could show that in Equip, when I think about it. Yeah. I probably won't be able to do that unless I specifically go and become said element, which is not the case. When there's a sort of energy damage is taken instead, use teleport. Teleport use consumes energy energy to energy defeats enemies. Can we replenish? You mean defeat enemies gives energy, which can be replenished by purchasing in the area. If you don't have enough energy, in addition, teleporters in the next area will be closed until enemy is eliminated. Definitely going to go to the devil again, but they finally have the description for that. I say they finally, when they probably did from the beginning. I just don't remember, but very important to learn that. I did not realize I actually had low energy. I'll be honest. But yeah, as you see here, it is a. Oh, it's the charge parry. Enable charge parry. Charge shot release and expand shield. Reuse takes time. That I don't think I've gotten before. Unless it's literally the parry mechanic. We'll see. It might just be the parry mechanic. And I am definitely going to the energy shop with Justice this time. Because the energy is definitely needed. Nope, that's not at all what that is. But yeah, that's the parry mechanic. So Upon that, if I do it correctly and not actually show that I'm horrible at the game, yep, it's a parry mechanic. It's the thing that's invaluable to more experienced players. That is the thing that I wish to get so that we can see me not do that, unfortunately. To not be the dead. I'm just gonna skip that because that's taking way too long for any of us to enjoy it. Now, let me go to the time tiers and use it to buy more health. And then there's this. Time in Moth. I'm not going to do that because that's basically boss rush and might spoil a few things, but yay. I swear there's a way to select the card that you get on the first run. Unless I'm thinking of something that doesn't exist anymore. Or I have to do it online. Give me a second. So my assumption was indeed correct. You do have to go online to get this particular card. Apparently. So that is interesting. And due to such, my brain is now crashing because I didn't think that was the case, but it's a whatever. So now we're gonna have a run where I always have every run I'm going to have now from the end of the series will always have parry. Even when I get double magic, even when I get every other card, I will always have double parry or have parry. And I don't believe parry stacks as it is said in the card. And it has a reuse time, which I was not aware of. But it's interesting to know that it does have a reuse time. Because that would mean that I will have to get adjusted to a reuse time to this card. And eventually become a, well, as some would say, a parry master. To the point where I will never be hit. Something that I will be very happy to have when I have to get into the later runs where bosses become unrelenting and honestly very ridiculous, very powerful, as I would say. Various bosses that exist in this game are they're very merciless. I will be very honest. They're incredibly merciless creatures. As you can tell, I'm only doing 30 damage with this thing. Why? Because I have no energy, and I believe this is actually a level. I don't want to be lying. Huh. I think it's only the arrow that I get at the very beginning that you're supposed to have. But now, because I did that, now we have the poison. The lover's card. Always been confused about this area, but it gives you better items. So. What is there to complain about? Ah, yes, poison. I don't know what to think about poison, actually. Now I thought about it as the element. I might mention that later on when I have more experience. Holy shit, this is getting loud. And there's probably actual music also going on in this game. So let me just... I apologize for the overlapping music. Jesus Christ. Because I have music going on in my background, but then the game has its own music, and I just realized the poison barrage gets countered by the enemy's projectiles, and I am not a fan of that. So energy has lasers. Actually, it makes sense. I mean, not lasers, but lightning. Which makes sense, I will say once again. Enemy reduction. I will probably make 2 videos of this particular loading session because this first one has came out to be nothing more than a editing mess to put in specific ways. So I might just have this video be as a linkable, but the other one, the one that would actually be the first video after these 4 months, to be the main one that will link to this one. Of course, this is me saying this to my future self who's going to be reviewing this video, and remind him basically to do that because sometimes we don't remember. Or as I should call him, the aptly named fool, because some people like to call him that. Particularly myself, because honestly, the aptly named fool is a lot better than anything else. I went into that. Why did I make that decision? I mean, lucky for me that I have the parry and a lot of health, but still. Parry once again. I really didn't need to parry that enemy, but, you know, I did it either way. Just a flex, I guess. Because apparently I'm Fade now. Once again, I'm making references to people that most likely people do not know unless they listen to the podcast or watch Rundown Heroes or, you know, actually look at my content. I'm a small YouTuber that has much of nothing to him. But it's better than nothing, of course. I might mention this a couple times in my videos, but as of recently, my Xbox has been Xbotted, basically, as Microsoft has made its many failures quite known throughout the years of how it handles its consoles, and has perished, basically, unfortunately. Ah, yes. I'm doing great on the first part of the boss, because I'm sitting here super focused on trying to, Let me pause this, and I just took a hit. Yeah, that's a level 1. That level 1 is doing very little damage. However, the magic bomb and magic bullet doing a lot of damage. Or is that just my arrows? That's just my arrows, actually. The energy... The things from the energy is doing horribly, but the arrows and everything else doing perfect, which shows a lot. It tells you a lot about how the game focuses on the amount of stacks that you put on an item compared to just, you know, going for one thing at all. The end bracelet. I don't like using the end bracelet. I don't really like using any of these equips. The equip cards, you can just replace them. You just replace, like, they can be replaced throughout the run, so they're not really cards, but more or less. Okay, my theory is correct. Yeah, but they can't be set together and will be replaced by another throughout your run. So it's best to just put in raw elemental cards or any things that you know are very rare and hard to come by instead of something like the end cards, because, well, they just won't last. They'll just be replaced. But yes, as I guess expected, they do everything scales by the stacks of cards that you have or upgrades. So if I can't believe I just took that damage. So if you have, well, 5 stacks of one item, it'll be a lot stronger than those 2 stacks of another. And it's very much shown. Like, I'm pretty sure if I were to do eventually a test, if I have multiple of the same card as my base and go through a basic run from level 1 to level 7, going with one card compared to 4 of the same, it'll do more damage as stacks, like I said before, scales. But we'll see that eventually, depending on how long I play this or just how you receive this. If you believe that I should keep playing this, then we'll do a lot of tests. And honestly, I just realized that whole music mistake was a beginner one, and it just shows of how much I just don't pay attention. Speaking of which, I did not get that card. I wonder what happens to cards when you don't pick them up. Oh, I got a charge level. I didn't even realize I got a new charge level. So, I might do, and this is very specific, but I might do card builds. Or not card, different specific builds that are based off of things like burst damage or just charging and, random shite like that. Because I realized that that's a thing that you can do in this game, and is very useful if you do it. Only because the amount of damage you can do with that is very, very good. And yes, I did parry that because taking damage is not what you want to do. Did she kill it? Yes. And I'm going to, from now on, only pick up fire elements and see how far I go. As to do is further testing. Double gold or more chests. More boxes, please. Give me more boxes. Thank you. And boom, 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 and no poison. I'm also not going to pick any switcheroo, what is it called? Switching items, element items, as to not gimp myself, despite the temptation of doing more damage. Yes, this, I think it's what I think it is. Yep. I need to practice my parrying firstly. Can I actually learn how to play this game properly? That'd be nice. Oh, right, I forgot that was a thing that it does. I am horrible at this game. Oh man, I'm really bad at this game. Wow, this is making me tired hearing this music. Beautiful, but definitely can make you yawn. Let me check this right quick. I want to check only to see if... No, that is not the case. Right. Almost forgot. So I hope you all enjoyed this little video. Little is, not little, it's 34 minutes, or 35. And hope that you like, subscribe, comment down below, whatever you wish me to see or check or whatever. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Probably within a day, maybe not, I don't know. Hope my bipolarism is gonna kick my ass while doing this. Later, y'all.